Yeah, that's it.
Simple.
Yeah, really good. Trust me. So
There we go.
we're in my girlfriend's office. Press the record button.
It's not on?
No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is on.
What did I say?
Oh, I didn't know. It had
Yeah.
two lights. I thought
Yeah.
the green one turned.
Should I hide it, or is that good?
No, that's good.
Yeah?
That doesn't really matter. We
Yeah.
do it for sound.
Okay.
So we're using my girlfriend's office, I guess. It's the best spot in the house. Everything else is just a little crowded because of me. That's to put it in a nice way.
The camera can't see everything.
Yeah, and I don't want the camera to see everything. That's why social media ain't truth, right?
Yeah.
We post what we want people to see, not what is really out there.
Yeah.
'Cause if you see behind, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they can't see everybody back there.
Exactly. So I'm Phil, and I know I'm new to this with you. I know you're not used to doing videos,
No.
but allow me just to introduce. That's my personal trainer. Pretty much, that's the person that's pushing me to limits, to making something more of myself, and a lot of learning I gotta do. I thought I knew it all. I don't know shit at the end of the day.
You're the one that got me into it. Remember that?
Yeah, so you just want to give a little information, what you do, who you are. Tell them about you.
So my name is Cristian Aguirre. I grew up in Portchester, New York, and now I'm a personal trainer. That's what I do is for a day job, give or take.
So, how long you been doing the personal training for?
Personal training since 2016, so 2016. Yeah. And since then, I just never stopped.
Just something you enjoy, something that it always keeps you looking for more?
I would say yeah, because it's just the personal training part is like more you're seeing people like transform, and it's like okay, they have certain goals where it's like build muscle, build strength, build endurance, like just you're chasing something, some type of physicality in a sense, and then obviously it helps with the mental part as well, but just helping people just get started, help them get the proper techniques, the proper training towards their goals. That's like the fun part. And because of you, I started working out. Remember that?
Yeah, but something to me it doesn't really matter who started you. It's just the journey that you started. It's a whole journey, man. It's just I see the difference when you send me a workout plan to what I used to do, and it's recently because I never really invested into a personal trainer until the last 3 months, we can say.
Like 2.5 months, I would say. Yeah.
And it has changed a lot.
Yeah, we gotta post like before and after photos.
Yeah, we'll do that videos too.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that just one change, because to be honest, it's one change. You put somebody in charge of what you're supposed to do, and it changes the whole field, like the playing field. Like the way I'm working out now, I never did it before. I never understood that. I used to see people doing that similar workout in the gym, hitting legs and then doing a little bit of tricep. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
I never understood it. I was that fucking kind of guy, just chest, triceps.
Yeah, international chest day.
Yeah, that's it. And I don't see a point of it anymore. So right now, the way you're training me, I see a lot more, what's it called, accomplishments.
Yeah, results.
Yeah, results.
Yeah, if you don't get results, then I feel like that's like people's first mistakes when they're training people. It's like, sometimes you want the money because you got a new client, but then if you can't get them results, you're not going to keep making more money, or you're just going to keep the client as well and then even gain more clients in that aspect.
In one sentence, right? Well, not in one sentence. Can you tell me for you what is personal training? Because I believe from what I think, because it's a perspective, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody has a perspective. Personal training is just to teach somebody the way of the weight, and just that perspective I have.
I think it can go in any direction, like obviously fitness aspect or fitness/wellness. But I think the first part of it is where people screw up, the personal part, because some people, they have like cookie cutter routines or cookie cutter programs for their own personal training clients, and it's not personalized. Because when I get somebody, like I'm literally interviewing them before I even like make them do anything. I'm like literally like this, like how we're talking, I'm talking to them like that. I'm like, okay, you need help with personal training, you're interested in personal training, whatever. What are you trying to achieve from this? Do you want me to just, have you worked out before? What's your history? What's your main goals now? Do we have any issues, injuries that we're dealing with? Um, there's a lot more variables when you think about that, but that's what makes it personal. And then once you kind of figure out the person's goals, aspirations, what are we working with? Because not everybody can do, a push-up, a pull-up, that.
Yeah.
And not everybody can, bench 225 or whatever it is, or they want to, do they have like the flexibility and mobility or, prerequisites to do this stuff? That's like the first part. So obviously, you do want to assess people's and their strengths and weaknesses towards their goal, and then figure out like what it is that you need to help them with exactly, whether it's technique, and then also, having the intensity, or just, not saying, being a pussy for training. It's just more like what are you
Not
what are you
pushing
trying
yourself to certain
Yeah.
uncomfortable
Yeah, some
areas.
people don't like to be uncomfortable, and that's the hardest thing for a human to do, is change, honestly. So it's like, if you can't do that, like just change your mindset, change your routine, you're not gonna get anything out of it. Could be the best trainer in the world, like,
Well, the trainer does 50% of the work, then the person does the other 50. Let's be honest.
I
You
always
build my routine. It's up to me if I do it or I leave it halfway or half-assed.
Yeah, because the way we're doing stuff between you and me, you're getting your workout routine. I call it recipes. So it's like, I'm giving you this recipe for the legs, I'm giving you this recipe for your arms, but it's obviously mixed and customized for you. Like what we do, if you see what I do versus what you do, it's not the same thing, because
You have different goals.
I have different goals and I have different achievements, and we're not starting at the same point. You've been working out longer than I have.
But I haven't been doing it correctly. Let's be honest.
Yeah, like, you follow, you, not the bandwagon, but you follow people at the gym.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, I see this dude doing, like, the lat pull down behind his head, and then, the bicep curls and whatever.
And doing 5 sets of squats every day.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
Yeah, and you've done a lot of things too as well, like from when you started till now. You got the pull-up bar in here, somewhere in here, and then you got, the floor, so you can do push-ups and sit-ups and air squats and whatever. But now you're like, what did you tell me? You want to get stronger. You want to get stronger.
That's the goal.
Yeah, and strength is never weakness.
Exactly. Because
shout out to Mark Bell.
What's the point of having a body that just looks strong and doesn't have any? It's just for looks. I don't want that.
Yeah, show, no go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not.
What's the
That's
point?
not how I work. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that they look like they can do a lot, but once the time comes, they don't.
Yeah.
And that's failure in my eyes.
Yeah, I think it's not trying. And then, like, I think the biggest tip I would, like, tell anybody, whether I'm working with them as, like, personal, they're my clients, or just people I see, I'm like, don't be scared. Like, you can't be scared to try stuff, because then if you never try, you never know.
That is very true. And I think that's human mind. I don't want to drift too much, but I think everybody's scared of trying new things, and it's because that's the way we're raised. Well, that's the way a lot of us are raised. I was raised like that. Don't try anything new. If what you're doing is working out, don't change it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think everything works, but nothing works forever, and it just more because your body starts being like more adaptable to stuff.
The body's a machine, man. I've seen some videos of people that do some crazy stuff.
Or you see people with no legs and they're doing like crazy calisthenic stuff, and then you see guys with one leg deadlifting like more than what I'm doing, literally off the ground. And it's insane.
You see people with both legs, both of everything, and they can't even lift 50 pounds.
They bitch and whine and they can't even do a fucking push-up.
Exactly. So it's a state of mind. I think it's just we push ourselves as far as we can go, as far as we want to go.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I think the personal / physical training that someone's doing, it's more mental than physical. Because even like you talk to like say a marathon runner, the running, you're just doing the same motion over and over again, whether it's a 5K, half marathon, and then an ultra marathon, which is a double marathon. It's like, 50 miles.
Right?
You ask them the hardest part, it's like you're fighting your mind the entire time because you're like, I don't want to give up. And you just have to keep that momentum.
And that's one thing, I don't know. Well, now, before I didn't have a set amount of reps. I just went to the gym, do what I felt like doing, try to hit 10, 12, whatever. Now I hit what you tell me. And it's a whole different...
Yeah, you're not used to it.
No, I'm not used to it, and it's a goal, right?
Yeah.
I have to hit it because that's the task, that's the goal. And I feel it's working out better for me because it's not something I come up with. It's something you did, and I have to do it. In my mind, I have to.
Yeah, you can't just like throw a bunch of random shit on the wall and see what sticks. Like you kind of have to like pay attention to those little details of like how you're doing things and then the right amount of work. Because I think what's his name? Alex Hormozy, he says it that once you kind of find the right strategy, it's just the volume. So like once you find the right routine or the right recipe to achieve whatever it is, then that's what you just put the work into it. So it's like we know like push-ups are like one of the best things anybody can do. Men, women, children, whatever. If you can do it and you can do one, or once you can achieve one, if you can't do one, then just slowly just start doing repetitions.
Well, there's different ways to do it. Some people can do a push-up. They use their knees.
Yeah. So like if I'm training with someone, say like I have clients. My oldest client is 91 years old, and then my youngest client in the age range is, I don't know. I've trained kids like from 7 years old, and everybody in between is like different because like I said, the prerequisites. Not everybody can do, like you said, a push-up. So like I have to modify it to them, whether I'm like, putting the barbell on the rack and it's a lot higher, or doing them on a box and then just changing their hand positions, because everybody always sticks to the same hand position. I'm like, go wider, go closer, because, you're going to hit your arms more if your arms are weak, or you're going to go hit your pecs and shoulders more if your hands are wider. And then that just helps you grease the groove a little bit more for the push-up. And then eventually you can just vary it up. You can go back to make it a little bit harder, a little bit easier. And then just have fun with it. That's the thing, for sure. As long as you're having fun with the training, it makes it exciting. And that's one thing you notice from the program. You're not doing the same shit every single
day,
time. Yeah.
It changes every fucking single time.
Yeah, for the most part. Like, at least we do where it's more like, it's your main goal is strength. But I think you could probably use a little bit of size in certain areas because, your arms look good.
No calves, though.
No calves. We gotta, we need baby
cows.
cows. Yeah. And then you said your main thing was the shoulders.
Yeah, my shoulders are weak. Always been weak because I never really pushed them.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing to do, actually admit I never pushed my shoulders.
Yeah.
If I was gonna skip any workout during the week, it was always shoulders.
Yeah, shoulders or legs, right?
No, legs never skipped them. Before I started like following your program, I was doing squats every day.
Yeah, you said you were squatting every day. Yeah. Yeah, no, like I think people gotta start small. Like you start small, so because then you're not with this big workload. So like I know you've been working out, and we've been talking about before about the program what you did before. I just gave you similar exercises, but I gave you more structure, and that's the thing, because it's like okay,
like the blueprint.
Yeah, like I said, it's the recipe. It's you kind of when you like cooking a recipe, say like someone's making soup. Once you're at too much salt, then you know if there's enough salt or not.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes you have to, like you said, go through the failure to figure out what's enough for you, and then in order to achieve the optimal result, I guess.
Yeah, but you won't know unless you try.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's not hard to push yourself a little bit more because then you know when to pull back. Most people probably need to be pushed more, and then there's like very few people that you gotta like, like David Goggins, you gotta pull this dude back, but he ain't gonna stop. He's David Goggins.
Know, man. David Goggins, I think, is the more he goes, the farther he can get in life. And it's kind of crazy to think that a man can do what he's done.
Yeah. Well, you see like how fat he was, and then like this dude had like
Stretch mark.
no stretch marks, and
How the fuck did he do it?
so I think I saw something where he said that he just does stuff for reps, like super high reps. Like he doesn't, yeah, because you start tightening things up.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, I don't know, people are afraid to do high reps. Sometimes you see people like 3 sets of 10. That's the most common rep scheme, set scheme out there.
What I used to do was 12, 8, 12, 10, and 8.
12, 10, 8, 12, 10, 8, and then 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had my favorites. Like I liked, I don't know if you know, there's one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's mentors. His name is Vince Gironda. And this dude, he was like the original Hollywood celebrity trainer at the time. Mm-hmm. He trained, what's his name? Carl Weathers from what's the movie called? Rocky. Apollo Creed.
Oh, for real?
So he trained them. He's trained Arnold. He's trained Clint Eastwood. He's trained a bunch of actors back in the day. And he had a rep scheme where it would be 10, 8, 6, 15. So you're like hitting everything. So you're getting like you're starting moderate, you're working way up heavy, and then the last set you just burn out. And that's one of my favorites that I don't think we've done it in a planning routine yet, but that's something I might add in for, say, depending what's weak on your body, say like, I don't know, your shoulders then. Mm-hmm. So we do that with shoulders one day for like, say, a seated military press or standing dumbbell press or whatever. And then you're hitting everything. You're getting reps, you're getting heavy weight, and then you're out the door. Yeah.
That's a good one. I never heard of it.
Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff out there. Like, you know, people, some of the trends now, especially now, like, I'm sorry, but I fucking hate TikTok because there's so much info now. That's the worst part. Some of it is not
true. Some of it is true.
It's just too much. That's the thing.
One thing I gotta say before I forget is that just because you see somebody that might be in shape doesn't mean they can get you in shape. As a personal trainer, what do you think about that? Because I know a lot of people that they look like they're in shape, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, the way I look at that specifically, it's just that most people like that, they can train themselves very well because they figured out what works for them and they reach their goals per se, or they're in that process and that, you know, the journey, like you said. But that doesn't mean you can train other people because, like you said, like I said before, people have different goals, different aspirations, different starting points too. Some people have been working out longer than you've ever started, or some people have never touched the weight before. And then some people, you know, genetics is part of it, but even that, like, some people also, you know, take, as I, you know, call them Russian supplements.
Yeah.
And then they don't talk about that, and they're like, hey, like, I want to look like that. Yeah. And then the fake claim.
We saw that years ago, 2013, 14, the Natty Nation.
I just remember the original guy, what's his name? Devin Physique.
Do you think, well, that's the thing, is like, I look at myself in the mirror, and this is the forever small complex.
Yeah, but some people think that you're not natty.
That I don't know, because nobody has come out and told me that in my face, I guess.
Yeah. It's different versus online, because everybody talks shit online.
Yeah.
Nobody, like, everybody's a pussy in real life. They don't say shit to your face unless they really got a bug a bit with you.
To me, if somebody tells me I'm not natty, it's a big compliment, and I'll smile.
I know, right? Yeah.
You know, because for you to put the certain amount of work and somebody thinks that you're taking something is fucking meaningful in my eyes.
Yeah, like genetics is a big role because some people are gonna look.
My genetics, I gotta say, helped me out a lot because I was really skinny. You remember?
Yeah.
So it was just muscle that I put on.
Yeah, you had a perfect starting frame, and then you weren't, you know, you were decently active back then. You know, you're a young kid. You got to, you know.
Yeah, but now I'm more active than what it was. To be crazy, I'm in my 30s and I'm doing 3 times, 4 times more than I used to do in every aspect.
Yeah, that's why your body slowly adapts to the workload, the training volume, or just whatever life throws at you. You know, you once you take care of yourself, and then you know, get a girlfriend, have kids, own a house, own a car, own a dog. You want that stuff, you gotta take care of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it comes in the priorities. But if I go work out, I still get it done early in the morning. And some people, they choose their poison, you know.
Yeah, some people like to work out super early, like you and me. We'd like to do the what?
Like, that's
I'm
my
the
first thing.
5 a.m. club. What you're?
5.
Yeah.
I wake up at 3, but I do other shit around.
Yeah.
Then I go work out 5.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, it's just from me, it's been a journey, and to think that people will say that I'm not natty, that's the biggest compliment.
Yeah, that's probably my other big, like, not like issue. It's just some people are rushing the process too much. I think you gotta, like, good things take time to build. Like, that whole Rome wasn't built in one day, right?
And that's a problem because people look at us. Let's be honest. They don't know how much work and years we put into.
Yeah.
You started working out since you were in high school.
I think
16.
I think it was even like 15, yeah. Because I think it was like right at the
birthday.
It was pretty much like.
I remember you started after your birthday because your dad gave you some money to go.
Well, yeah, we got the gym membership.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Bally's Total Fitness. Shout out to Bally's. It's not there anymore, but yeah.
Shit, that's the beginners.
That gym was dope for what it was, because it was just basic stuff, like the cage and everything, and
the machines were way better than the ones that LA Fitness has. Some of them.
The machines were better before, regardless, I think. Yeah. Most of the machines suck now. Like, there's some good ones out there now, because now they see that the old ones are good, and they're just bringing them back and just putting their name on it.
Remember the old machines that had the pressure, like the gas, whatever?
Oh, I do remember those. I forgot what they're called, though.
Some of those were really good, actually.
Yeah. See, but that's like old school. Like, most kids won't ever use those machines, and those gyms are not like Planet Fitness or whatever now.
Well, Planet Fitness is not a gym. I've never been to one, but I see the videos.
Yeah, it's Planet Fitness, but those are like the most unfit people. Yeah, or the place that judge you the most.
Who was it? It was a celebrity. Was a celebrity or a business guy talking about that?
They're endorsing it?
No, they're talking about how's the perfect business plan.
Yeah.
Because most of the people join because it's a low price membership.
And they don't use the gym.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they
keep
the membership.
Pizza and bagels.
Yeah, they keep the membership. They don't go. There's no maintenance about the gym with the amount of people that goes.
Yeah. You can't complain about paying $10 a month.
No.
Like,
and
nobody
if you don't
can.
Go, it doesn't bother your pocket.
It's $120 a year.
Yeah, it doesn't bother your pocket because you don't see it. You don't feel it.
Yeah. Literally, Netflix is more expensive than the fucking gym membership.
It's that my membership is fucking expensive now, but...
Yeah, like, I think you should.
Well, it's not, but it's worth it.
But that's
the value.
You're putting the investment for yourself.
Because I get more for my money.
Yeah. Well, I think you gotta, you have to let your money work for you, and then you gotta work for your money, and then now you're working for your, your goals, your physique, whatever it is.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think as a trainer, you teach people this, that you put in something, you're gonna get it back, or you don't put the same work, it's not gonna.
So the way I look at that specifically, it's very true, but I think it's more of I always like to reference what's his name, the first football coach for the Green Bay Packers, Vince Lombardi. Have you ever heard of him?
I heard that name, but I don't really know.
A lot of I know from back in my day in high school, a lot of people use quotes from him because he's got a bunch of like good famous quotes out there, and the one I always reference is practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect, because you could be practicing the wrong thing, and that's what you said you were kind of like almost doing. Like you've been working out longer than I have, but you said you weren't doing things right for whatever your goals, and because maybe you're putting your practice somewhere here where it's like maybe no, like you weren't doing that. You need to do more simple stuff, and then just push yourself there.
I never changed my workouts. It was always pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, you can't. It's not flat bench and then incline and then
that's what
pec fly machine. Yeah,
that's what I was doing.
It's not that simple.
A little bit of dumbbells and stuff like that. And that's not gonna get you anywhere more than a certain.
Yeah, what's the thing we talk about? The definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Yeah. Like, nah. Like, that's probably the biggest thing if you can take away from like this. Like, you can't, if you're trying to look something and you're doing the same thing every single day, in the sense of like repeating the same weight, the same exercise, the same rep scheme, no, it's not. You're not gonna get closer to your goal as much as you think. And people want it quick, so I'm like, okay, then.
That's something you can't fucking rush, though.
No, like
I've been through the process.
It's just laying the foundation, like putting the right brick in the right spot, and then just doing that over and over again. Yeah.
And I look at myself in the mirror. I told you, forever small, bro. I still fucking feel small. I see I'm small. I'm not defined. I want my six pack.
I think you look better now for sure. But that's like the little body dysmorphia we're all fighting where it's like we're judging. I don't know.
Ourselves.
I see the people getting Botox so they see one wrinkle, and I'm like, don't be afraid to get old. And I'm like, guess whatever.
I think getting old is a reward of life, telling you are doing good.
Yeah, I say people your experience, and then hopefully you took lessons from those experiences.
I have a lot of white hairs. People ask me, well, you know.
Yeah, that's because your abuelito is plucking them out.
Yeah, that's true. That's that they were taking them out.
Yeah.
And then I look at myself, I'm like, white hair. What's so bad about it? The Witcher has white hair. Fuck it.
I know, that dude's hot.
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
And he works out, he takes care of himself.
Shout out to Henry Cavill. He works out and he's a geek too, like in a good way of saying it.
But see, he kept up with the workouts after the Superman, after Man of Steel, and then this dude he feels like, and look how many more roles he got out of it.
Not just that, before that he did he did like
Immortals.
Immortals.
Yeah,
that was a good movie.
Yeah, but see, that's when he just started, and this and that.
And he's a video game person.
Yeah.
Like that guy, dude, that did in Spider-Man. He was Flash Gordon. What's it, Flash Gordon? The one about this Spider-Man with Toby, and then he was Deathstroke, and
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of the name.
He was married to the lady. He's married to Sofia Vergara. He plays Dungeons and Dragons. Yo, that dude is a beast, bro.
Is Mike something, right?
I forgot his name. He's in How I Met Your Mother. He's a tall guy.
Yeah, he was in Magic Mike.
Oh, I don't know. I never watched Magic Mike.
I know. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Shot myself in the foot right there.
I never watched that, but I know from Spider-Man, and I follow him on Instagram. I haven't seen anything from him, but dude, that's the guy, man.
Yeah, but you go backwards. Like how long? Let's say a couple years, say even like 20 years, and then look at him now, and it's like look how good. Like, but I don't know. People don't want to put the time in to get that physique, even though they think it's gonna take a while, but it actually doesn't.
Look, well, The Rock, man, he's getting older and getting bigger. I don't know what he's taking, but you know.
It's more than a Rock project, that's for sure.
That's
or what's that?
Meteor.
What's that? The energy drink? Mona? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got an energy drink.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
But dude, he's crazy. His physique and everything. It's like since he did Fast 5, I just see him go out into a freaking Saiyan level, Super Saiyan.
I remember watching him in like Gridiron Gang, and then the Rundown, and then the
he was never that big.
The Scorpion King.
Yeah, he was big, but not to that definition level. When he did Fast 5, you just his bicep the size of my fucking torso.
Yeah, Vin Diesel looks small for once. Yeah.
Well, Vin Diesel, I don't think he works out.
He did back then.
But not anymore. The pictures recently, whatever.
I don't know. They're busy making more movies in space.
Yeah, that's the problem.
He weighs too much.
But Greg Plitt, bro, we were just talking about it. That's the man.
That's the dude.
Legend.
So like you got me into the gym, but he's the one that kept me going. And you watch those old videos. I'm not gonna lie, like watch some of his old, like inspirational videos. Like I told you though that he's the original David Goggins. Like he just worked his ass off. He was West Point graduate. Like this dude, he's just like all around. Like he likes to skydive. Like he's done I forgot how many jumps, and just a kid from Maryland. And I think him what was it? He was in New York, and then some dude just saw him. He's like, hey, I like to take pictures. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, like I'm a modeling, I'm in the modeling industry. And he's like, that's weird. They want to take pictures of me in my undies. He's like, yeah, but I can get you famous. And just off that, he's like, he took the risk, and he just blew up from there. And one of the most famous.
Well, he wasn't a bodybuilder.
He's just a fitness model. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Michael O'Hearn has more covers than he does, but.
Mark O'Hearn is something like I feel there's different physique levels. Yeah,
because the other guy looks like a Greek god almost, and then this guy looks above more than average than the average weightlifter.
But you know what got me back into training in the 2012, 2013? That's when you did my macro numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It was Matt August and Lovato.
Oh, the original, the OGs.
Yeah, the legends of aesthetics, man.
Shout out to Legends of Aesthetics. Like people that know that.
Those videos, I still go back when I don't have any feeling of going to work out. I look at those YouTube videos.
Yeah.
When they are in United Kingdom. Doing,
the Gymshark. Gymshark. Yeah. The original Gymshark crew.
Jeff Said.
Or Jeff Side. Oh, man. He still works out now.
I follow him on Instagram, but I know he bulked, and then I don't know what he's doing now.
Yeah, but like go back to Matt August. Look at his Instagram now, and then go watch those videos back in the day, dude. He's always been in good shape for the most part, and he had the genetics, but he always kept up with it. He's got 2 kids. He's got his wife, and dude's still in good shape. Whatever hell he's doing, and
I don't know if I haven't looked at his photos recently, but the old videos.
he still looks good. I think he looks better now. I don't say. He's more mature now of his muscle, and he's still
he's our age.
Hip thrusting like 585 or whatever it is.
Too.
I think he's a little bit older. A little bit older.
30.
I think he's like your age.
Yeah, he's around my age, in the 30s.
Yeah.
But when
he's not old. Yeah.
When I look at him, man, that was him and Lovato, man, Yoki Lovato.
Yeah, Chris Lovato. Yeah.
Bro,
his back was away. I'm like, oh, this dude's got.
That Lovato, he had those genetics, dude. Cause he has some pictures that he was insane.
Yeah, he reminds me of me. Like he wasn't always in the best shape in a sense compared to like Matt August. Matt August was just like always ripped for no reason, and then out of nowhere he'd focus on like the macros, the diet, what's calories, and then he just got super ripped, and he's still in good shape now at least.
I haven't checked his Instagram because I still follow them, but I don't know what they do now. But those guys got me my 2012 to 2016, 17.
The original influencers.
Yeah, those videos, man, I used to watch them. Daniel Bailey.
Daniel and Bailey?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, shout out to Flag Nor Fail, Rob Bailey.
Shit, one like that. Oh, well, fuck it. But I really gotta say, she inspired the fuck out of me too. Even though it's a different physique between a woman but a man, but the fucking
but that's the thing. You hear older people that work out for her. She's literally the hardest worker in the room.
And that's the thing. It's like from watching a video, the emotion she puts into it, the energy, it wants you to work out too.
I still watch the old original Warhouse gym workouts. If you watch those, like. That's when they were all working out in the old gym. At least their old like facility where they have the Flag Nor Fail, and then they had the Speed Warhouse, and then they had like the own private gym, and then you see like her prepping for Olympia, and I don't know, those videos are pretty dope. Even though I'm not a bodybuilder, but just training like that, it's like okay, you got to push hard.
I think who's lately inspiring me is Rob Bailey, man.
Yeah, like he's always been I've seen him like transform him with Dana, and I feel like this dude, honestly, like he's just doing everything. Like he's making music, he's making clothes, he's got the Airbnbs and everything. So he's just literally, like he says, taking over the world. But he's definitely always been like I think the backbone of Dana, but that's just both of them just complement each other a lot, I would say.
And that dude, man, I gotta say, his story that he tells is like, he's never been like a, just fitness guy, but he inspires.
Yeah. Well, he's at least, like me, like grew up on the northeast coast, and we're used to working, like just doing stuff. Like, especially because the season, it's not California, it's always sunny here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not always sunny in Philadelphia. I don't even know what to say it is, but it's like, you got the different weather changes, you got to hustle, and when the days are nice, like today, let's just say, people take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And regardless, if not, you got to do whatever you got to do.
And that's why if you make it in New York, you make it anywhere.
Yeah. Maybe we got to go to Montana. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe. That would be a nice life from the videos they post. Yeah. But yeah, man. It's the life of the trainer then. You're teaching people, changing people's lives. Whoever want to change. Whoever doesn't, their fault.
It's fun. But that's the thing, I'm very particular about who I train in general. Because I think some people like...
So you're a picky trainer?
I'm not a picky trainer, I'm just selective. Because I just don't want to like waste my time and then waste their time. And then some people, they either... Like most trainers, true trainers know that you're going to get some people who are like they just want to kind of like, get to know you, talk to you, this and that, because you look pretty, and it's like, I don't know, that's not always the goal, because you want to get them in shape.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a two-way street. They're paying you for your services, you're giving your time, your effort to help them literally transform their like life, and it could be the smallest thing. Sometimes just like correcting the form, giving them, like, same thing for you, like giving them new routines or just giving them new ways to achieve whatever it is they're trying to achieve. And that's the fun part, because you see them like in the process of like building whatever it is they're trying to build. I don't know. I just think it's dope as hell. And, you know, helping people, you want to help the right people, because you can help anybody, but, you know, not everybody's willing to take your help also. And not everybody deserves your help, in my opinion. But, yeah.
Well, I believe that you help yourself by looking for help.
But most people don't want that. That's the hard part.
If I don't know, man, this one is going to sound selfish, but if I look at myself in the mirror, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I should change anything about it. I think I hit a spot of just
comfort.
Yeah, comfort.
Yeah.
And not just that. I think by me looking at myself every day, thinking I'm not in the perfect shape, it keeps me going. And once you don't feel there's more work to be done, you just go backwards. You don't look for help. Honestly, you don't look for improvement. Then there's no improvement.
Yeah, I think you gotta take moments of breaks and like. I think like Rob says, like, enjoy the fruits of your labor, but also you gotta like kind of like have conversations with yourself about like, okay, like, am I happy with where I'm at right now? Like, dude, am I going in the right direction? Am I, you know, progressing to where I want to be? Or, you know, sometimes you don't even have those thoughts. You're like, I'm comfortable here.
Well, like Hormozy said, the goal is not to, remember what he says, the goal is not to get married, it's to stay married. So the goal is not to get fit, it's to stay fit. That's the way I see it now.
And you look at him, he's always been in good shape.
He's a fucking monster, man. I was looking at, like, when he does his videos, he posts old photos. I'm like, damn.
He's still jacked. He's just not as jacked, but he's, you know.
He was born jack already.
But he, like, you know, you hear the things I've heard of him say, like, one of his teachers told him that he had the genes, he got the genetics, and he's like, okay, cool. And then he just taught him how to work out, and then but he didn't know, like, okay, like, I got the genes, so then he didn't think, oh, maybe I don't. Like, that's like the most people's mindset now, is like they just shut themselves down. Like, no, like, you don't know what you can achieve without trying. And then when someone talks to you, it's like, okay, like.
But you know what's another problem I see with a lot of people? Just they think they're special. I have come to terms nobody's special. Recently, because I used to think that believing you're special will push you farther. No, knowing that you're not as special and you're like everybody else, and you have to push yourself to become special, is the difference.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, I guess going back to like where your goals are, and it's like you can think you're special, like everybody's a special snowflake, but I think what you're trying to achieve is gonna make you more special. It's like, you know, some people want to do crazy stuff.
Everybody's unique, not as special.
Yeah, like everybody has something that stands out.
Yeah.
And whether it's your definitely your personality,
your physique.
Yeah, your physique, whatever it is, and depending on what you're trying to achieve. Like, you know, not everybody. You don't need a six-pack to be happy, but I just think like you should take care of yourself, like in the sense of like, okay, like not get, you know, too out of shape, and then more of just like, okay, like where are you trying to go with that?
But I agree and I disagree with that one, because to me, I look at myself in the mirror. I had a shitty day, and I still fit. Mm-hmm. It gives me a purpose. It gives me happiness. Maybe well, I feel like, okay, I'm doing good. You know?
Yeah. I think, like I said, just maybe like just to slowly working your way towards that goal.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing.
Because I feel if I was overweight, I would feel like fucking crap every day.
Hey, I was overweight back then. That's crazy. I was before high school, I was like 213. Now I'm like the same weight, but I don't have all that. I was not all fat. Like I have muscle now.
Muscle is heavier than.
Yeah. But I think muscles are literally, like, cause it's an organism, and it helps out with like everything. Like, what did we just read before on Instagram? It helps with depression.
Yeah.
I think it helps with everything. Like, you go back to Mark Bell, like, strength is never a weakness. Like, if you have more muscles, it helps you get stronger, make you look better, it makes you feel better, and your muscles talk to the rest of your body as well. And your body is literally mostly made up of muscles. Like, in order to move, you need your muscles. Like, right now we're talking, we're using our muscles to speak words out. You know, your tongue, your eyes were blinking, all this stuff. Like, your muscles do a lot more than you think. But if you neglect using them,
they become weak.
It's gonna bite you back in the ass.
Like Wall-E. Remember that movie Wall-E?
The robot?
Yeah, where they're in space and everybody is just overweight. They can't even get off the pot because they're so used to that life.
I think we're going in that direction.
I think
that's the stat truth. But I think that's why, like, going back to like the 6-pack thing, like, don't get me wrong, like, if that's the goal, cool. But you can't just stay still. If you stay still, I think that's like the thing that's not gonna help you at all, honestly.
Do you feel this new movement of body positivity is gonna affect?
I think it's bullshit.
I think it's bullshit too. But do you think it's gonna affect your work, your job, or it's actually gonna?
I think it depends on the generations. Because right now, like, you know,
this generation is a disgrace.
Most of my clients are women, and most of my clients in general are above the age of like 30 for sure. You know, I have like 40, 50-year-olds, 80-year-olds, all around, and they don't have the mindset when I'm training like a younger kid. Some kids are cool because, you know, they're fresh meat. They're perfect specimens because, you know,
they're empty canvas. They don't have any ideas.
No, and some people are literally like just little freaks, like just starting to be like whatever they can be. You know, like I've trained soccer athletes, basketball athletes, football athletes. I train people who are just, you know, 9-to-5ers working at a desk job, or I tell them to get a stand-up desk now to not be in the pod or whatever, you know, just sitting on your ass all day. It's not easy, but like you still have to put the work into whatever it is. So like these guys have all the energy in the world, the young guys, but they don't see the world like we said, like now, because, you know, if people see the body positivity, like I said, I think it's bullshit. Like, it's just not right, because like you're teaching younger generations like it's okay to be fat, it's okay to be out of shape. And
because that kind of stuff brings diabetes, different type of illness,
cancer,
depression.
heart disease.
Oh shit! So
there you go.
I think we're gonna have to leave it at this. We'll continue next time because no more lights, man.
Lights out. That's
lights
it.
Out.
Lights out.
Thank you for your time, Cristian. I wanted to keep going with this one, but we'll leave it for next week.
The light said no.
And it was fully charged. We did over an hour, I think.
I have no idea.
Actually, like
time flies.
Let me see.
I don't know.
Hopefully
everything worked.
Yeah, everything worked.
There we go. Besides the lights.
Yeah, except the lights. So,
shit, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. So, well, thank you for your time, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah, or whenever we got time.
Yeah, bro. All right. I really appreciate it, bro.
All right, no problem, man.
Thank you.